Guys, it's Mike again, coming to you live from the Backyard Oasis here at my wonderful home in Dallas, Texas. I've got a head-to-head matchup tonight between two cameras that are pretty fun cameras. They're inexpensive, they're cool to shoot with. Let's just talk about them. First, we have the Diana F, the Lomography Diana F Hong Meow edition 120 shooter versus the Holga 120n. This is a glow edition, which is pretty cool because I think the back case here glows. Pretty exciting. Both are point and shoot 120 shooters. They shoot a very like lo-fi look and feel of the cameras. So let's talk about why I bought these two cameras. I'm gonna start with this one. I bought this one first. Here's why. Lomography does an amazing job of marketing their product. You can walk into any hipster store in Dallas, Fort Worth area. You can walk into the Urban Outfitters. You can go online, all these different places. They've done an amazing job marketing that they sell these cameras. These guys, not so much. If you don't know someone that shoots with this camera, you don't know something specific about this camera, you haven't sought this out, this one's not in your purview unless you live in Dallas and you have a really iconic Holga shooter in Dallas by the name of Mr. Holga. Shout out to Mr. Holga. Follow him on Twitter and Instagram and all those other good places. Amazing photographer. Shoots a lot with Holgas. But these guys, they've done a great job with the marketing aspects and being able to buy these things. They come in little cool kits. I'll be honest, I don't have the kit for this. They come with a flash, and the flash goes into these two little holes here. It pokes down like a little fork into these two holes. So let's talk about that for a second. What's interesting, when I bought this camera, I bought it on eBay. To be honest, I tried to get a good deal. I felt like I got a decent deal. I think I paid 30 bucks for the kit, which was this camera, a flash adapter, something else. Oh, a strap. This stupid piece of crap, which broke almost immediately upon arrival after I got it out of the box. It was used. I contacted the seller about it just to get a little history, and I was like, look, I bought it, you know, I paid for it, whatever. I'm not gonna give you any crap about it, the condition of it, but just kind of understand like the history of it. Did you shoot a lot with it? She said she shot a couple rolls of film in it and hated it, didn't like it. She was like a film student or something. And so she wanted to get rid of it just to make some money. So that's important to know. When I bought this thing used, the flash didn't work. But here's what's crazy about that flash is it comes with an adapter that lets you put their flash, their Diana F Lomography flash module thing, into these holes, or you can put it on a hot shoe, which I would never use that flash on a hot shoe. The flash was inoperable. It didn't work to begin with. So I said, what the hell? I got out a soldering iron and I melted some plastic around it to try to open it up and see if I could figure out what was going on. Was it the bulb? The bulb looked like it was in good condition. Was it a piece of, you know, something else going on, a wire, transistor or something? And I, you know, tested it all out. Basically, it became completely unusable after I did that, and I threw it in the recycle bin. So maybe Adidas or Nike made a cool pair of shoes out of it. I don't know. Anyways, this camera shoots 120, just like the Holga. It has a familiar back on it. It shoots the 16 up here shots, 12 shots or 16 shots. The thing about these with the it's got the little tab switch on the bottom, which is kind of cool to open the back of this thing up. Oh, well shit. Isn't that something? I pulled this out of a package and I have not I didn't realize I had shot with this in like the last 2 years. So you should probably always check to see if there's film in your camera before you open it up in a lit situation, especially with a nice ring light on my iPhone. So that's a fun mistake. But anyways, when you shoot with these things, they come with a mask, so you can actually shoot 16 shots on a 120 film or the 12 shots. I'm going to be honest with you, if you shoot the 16, you're kind of wasting your money on buying a camera like this. With the 12, you get the classic like vignetting, yes, vignetting, around the outside edge of the photo, which you lose because you don't have this absolute square, you know, 1 inch by 1 inch like type square of a photo on here. So you lose that aspect of these cameras, and that's one of the cool like little features of these. This specific camera's got a couple little features on it. It's got a bulb setting that you can run. This is the trigger, bulb normal. This is the trigger for bulb and shutter. And then you have this other piece here at the bottom you can set for cloudy conditions, sunlight conditions. P, I think is portrait maybe. I don't know. Film advance here. This one's nice, has little clicks that go with it. I have no idea what this thing is for. It's attached to the side of it. Who the hell knows? Anyways, it's an okay camera. It's got a tripod spot on the bottom, and who would ever use this with a tripod? So let's talk about the Holga again for a second. So back over to the Holga, much simpler camera. Bulb and normal switch on the bottom here. You've got really two settings in terms of you know, I guess we're gonna call it f-stop, aperture, whatever. You've got I'm in the sun, I'm not in the sun. You got those two things. Focus ring is pretty interesting. It's got one person, 3 people, a whole family, and a mountain. And you just twist this little guy here to the middle. These are really cool cameras. I love shooting with a Holga. Point, shoot, click, and then advance. This is a really crappy thing on these Holgas, and I'm assuming it's like this on all of them. Opening these things is a giant pain in the ass. Where on the lomography, you could just like hit a little switch, and it would just work. And this one's kind of a pain in the ass. You have to push these little guys down here, where the strap is, to get this off the back. And then you have to fight with it a little bit, at least mine you do, to clear those little pieces of metal. And maybe I did it wrong, I don't know. Come on, just come on, just come off there, come on. Okay, alright, it's off. So the whole back of it comes off. You know, that's it, right? That's all there is to it. There's a little, you know, leaf shutter in there, a little tiny spring, and that's what you're getting when you take a picture. You know, turn here, take up spools over here, or take up spool goes over here, your new film goes over here, and that's really it. That's all there is to these things. You get a really cool picture out of them, and I won't fight with putting it back together while I'm talking. You get a really cool picture out of these things. You get a lot of character. They are plastic lenses. They are kind of junky, to be honest. On this one, I mean, you can see how freely the focus ring turns on this thing. But again, if you're trying to shoot to actually get focus and count pixels and like get ungrainy photos, these are not the cameras for you. But if you want to get some really fun, like, I found the best things to shoot with these are portraits or up close shots with people. This Holga does have a hot shoe on it, so you can, once you drop that bad boy in there and you pull this guy down, it activates here. There's no batteries or anything. It just you know, makes the contacts and will shoot off the flash. I bought like a little tiny cheap piece of junk flash at a garage sale for like $5 or something, and stuck it on the top of this thing and went in what I would consider probably close to absolute darkness in my backyard at a party. So we had a barbecue over here and we had tons of people. I didn't have all the lights and everything up that you see in the background. And it shot amazing photos of people like up close. It brought out all the details in their faces and so forth, and responded really well to all of that. I can't do that with this one because the stupid adapter that goes in here for the flash doesn't work. So it's like super proprietary junk. I think if you go online today, you can find probably 10 million of these stupid things, these lomography things. can probably tell how I feel about this one. You can probably find like 10 million of these things on eBay, and you're gonna pay about 40 bucks for the whole kit. It comes with a cute little book, and that, you know, has a bunch of pictures that somebody else took. I'm not interested. I'd rather look at my own photos. This one, you're probably gonna pay 35 to 40 bucks shipped on eBay for one of these things. Interesting story about Holga's, they stopped making them, and I think they destroyed the molds for them or something like that. There was a company that came out for a while that did a Holga digital, so I actually purchased one of those, and I have since sold it on eBay reluctantly. Not reluctantly because I wanted to keep it, but I was kind of afraid to sell it to somebody because I didn't want them to get their hopes up like I did when I bought it. And I bought it through Kickstarter, and I paid way too much money for it, and I got it, and the concept of the digital was that it was going to be quirky like these cameras, which really aren't quirky because when you pull the trigger down, it takes a picture. On the digital version of these cameras, that when you pulled that down and hit the shutter, it didn't always fire, or it would fire a couple seconds later. And it seemed like it was programmed to never fire on time ever or at the same interval, and it was completely unpredictable, and so it was just kind of a piece of junk. So if you are out looking for a Holga, which I'm going to suggest that this is the one. If you're buying a 120 film camera that's a toy camera, buy the Holga. Do not buy the Lomography unless you're looking at my eBay listing later today for this exact camera, and you should buy it. But back to this one. You should buy this camera. This is a really cool camera. It's fun to shoot with. It gets a lot of looks. It's easy to use. You know, I can give this to my 5-year-old son or my 7-year-old daughter and say, take a picture of daddy, and they can look through the hole and they can operate this. And that's all you got to do. That's it. They take it back, hand it back to me, and I'll wind it. Because as you know, on a lot of 120 film, or any 120 film camera, you have to be able to look through this little lens back here, and you have to be able to read the words, and you have to be patient for the numbers to come by so you can see what numbers they are, so that you can take the shot. Back to this camera, you know, 35 bucks, 40 bucks on eBay, shipped to you, probably brand new in a box. The only reason I bought this glow version of this one, this red crazy glow version, is I went on Amazon one day and they had it on clearance, or it was like on sale for whatever Amazon does as a sale. Way cheaper than any of the other ones, and I got nervous because I was like, well, what's the deal with these? But then I realized they're all exactly the same, pretty much. There's really no variation to any of these. You're not going to get anything crazy with them. So that's it for these two cameras. The Diana F Hong Meow edition of the Lomography film camera versus the Holga 120n Glow version. Glow doesn't matter. This one is your money right here. Buy this one, or just get any kind of Holga for that matter. Go out and shoot with it, and it's a lot of fun. Find some interesting things to take shots of that are going to give you that that look you try to recreate in Instagram. You know, you got filters and begetting, and then, you know, fuzz everywhere and some weird stuff going on and some character. That's what you want to shoot for. So thanks for tuning in, guys. Be sure to subscribe, like this video, unlike this video, give me some comments, feedback, let me know what you like, what you don't like, and look forward to talking about some more of my cameras in the collection in the coming weeks. And you guys go be great people. Talk to you later.